Hello, I'm Mark Lauterbach, founder of Jump Up the Ladder Career Coaching and the Job Search Accelerator. I want to provide for you today a short overview of my coaching programs. So, as a career coach, and more specifically as a job search coach, I really have built my platform based on four pillars. And those are I was a job hunter 7 times myself, 5 voluntarily, and 2 involuntary, including being laid off from my first job and being fired for doing everything right. So I understand everything you're going through because I had a professional career myself. I started out as a buyer and exited industry as a chief procurement officer. So the reason I changed jobs 7 times was because, well, the first job was a layoff. I actually also got let go. I was fired for doing everything right, but I did supply chain transformation. So I would leave a company after 3 or 4 years once I had their supply chain fixed. So in my career, if we go to the top right-hand side here, I've hired over 300 staff in my career to work for me directly across the globe. So I became a student of hiring. And if we go to the bottom left-hand corner, after I exited my position as chief procurement officer, I actually bought a boutique agency recruiting business. I became a headhunter. And over that 5-year period, I placed 52 people. I had also reviewed over 150,000 resumes. My staff over that 5-year period had also placed almost 150 people. I ended up selling that business to one of my staff after 5 years, and I launched my career coaching business, more focused on my job search accelerator, which is 95% of my business, helping people like you. I've helped over 1,900 people so far secure their next professional position. So I took what I learned myself through my own job hunts, and then I built upon that and I built my processes based on what's working in the marketplace. I continue to update those on a regular basis, almost on a continuous basis. So I'm always providing the most recent materials. So basically, my coaching is from the School of Hard Knocks and what's really working today in the marketplace. And so, what the big problem you have in your job search is you really want to build a sleek, or what you want is a sleek, simple, fast process to get you your next position. The problem is you're taking inputs from, and maybe you've heard me talk in a career coaching session or at a career group. You're getting information from the workforce center, information from friends and family, information on the internet. So you're cobbling together your own process. You're not sure how it's going to work. And unfortunately, you're really testing it on those companies and those positions you really want. But what I help you do is by delivering a sleek, elegant, simple process based on continuous improvement and continuously updating my materials. So this is what's working right now in the marketplace. I'm the only career coach I know that does this to continuously update my process based on what's working. And so as we talk about the employment data, and I have this broken down over the age of 50 and a base pay over 100K, or under the age of 50 and base pay starting at 65K, I've asked 1,069 people on LinkedIn where they announced they got new jobs. I asked them, these are not people I'm coaching, but I've asked them how'd they find their job. There's 5 categories. The first is applying to a published job, whether it's on Indeed, LinkedIn, another job site, or their own website. And in yellow, I'll go to the far right, third-party recruiters, headhunters, agency recruiters, staffing agencies. So applying to a published job over the age of 50, 5%. Through third-party recruiters, 4%, so that's 9%. The reason they're color-coded yellow is because those are passive activities, right? You're applying online, you're waiting. Now, if we look at applying to a published job and get the internal referral, it's 19%, almost triples, or excuse me, more than triples. If we look at targeting companies, that's basically identifying firms you'd like to work for, getting to know people at those companies, and that way when an opening appears, you're going to be top of mind. Volunteering is you're volunteering either faith-based through your church or a religious organization or something like working at the food bank, right? But you're talking to people while you're volunteering. Other networking is everything else. Setting up informational meetings, talking to people at meetups, those types of activities. So if you see the percentages, if we go to the right and you look at under the age of 50, they're pretty similar, right? Applying to a published job is higher, and applying to that published job and getting the internal referral again, almost tripled. So you see very similar results. And the other thing is 60% of jobs in today's market are not posted. Well, how do you find those jobs? The only way to find them is through networking. And effectively, networking in your job search is different than networking when you're employed. So we're going to talk about that. When we talk about my process, I have basically a 6-step process. I call it the job search success pyramid. The first step is your personal branding. What do you want and why, right? What are your objectives? Do you want to be a director of purchasing, an account manager? What kind of responsibilities? The scope of control, compensation, the type of company culture, all those elements, and coming up with a good target or list of targets is very important. And understanding why do you want those roles. From there, we build your personal branding, which is at level 2, your resume and your LinkedIn, and optimizing those and making sure that you stand out and you're attracting what you want. It's magnetic and repelling what you don't. The third thing is having a job search strategy and action plan. I've asked almost 5,000 people, and only about 1.5% of people actually have a job search plan with metrics. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, but that is so critical to your job search because a pilot doesn't fly without a flight plan. Products aren't developed without product development plans. Why do people job search without a job search plan? It's the most critical element for your success. And after that, we talk about visibility, right? We talk about networking. How do you find the right people to help you, and how do you get found, right? And the fortune's in the follow-up. And networking, it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. So we talk about effectively network, including scripts and outreach that will get you people interested in helping you and advocating on your behalf. Next, we talk about interview mastery, right? The first part is proper interview preparation. How do you reverse engineer your interviews so that you're providing the outcome that the employer wants, the interviewer wants, based on, are they in HR, they're the hiring manager, are they your peers? And you also have to future speak what you're interviewing. So you can't just talk about, I did this in the past. You have to talk about how you're going to do it with them, for them, and have a collaborative discussion. I teach you how to do that. I teach you how to win and knock your competition out. That's interview mastery. And the sixth thing is at the top of the pinnacle is when you have a job offer, how to understand that offer, all the elements, and should you negotiate it? And if so, how should you approach it? Now, 19% of people who are unemployed negotiate. Of those, 84% get something. I've negotiated with my clients over $130 million in base compensation. So I understand how to do this. I was taught to do this as a recruiter. But those are the key 6 elements. And whether we're doing individual coaching or group coaching, we build upon these elements. And I have worksheets, check sheets, videos, a whole program that helps you succeed. And talking about that job search plan, there's 2 sides to it. The first side is the marketing plan. What are your targets? The position you want, industries, organizations, the responsibilities, location. Is it hybrid, in person, remote? We're talking geography, compensation, company culture. Now, the right-hand side is that week-to-week action plan, actually planning your activities with intention and then working that plan to results. And so when you have a job search plan, it provides clarity, which helps develop confidence, and confidence helps you get results. And so it's so critical. And one thing, I can sing my praises all day. Here's just a couple testimonials. I have Lynette Stevens, an executive VP, Sean Frohart, a program manager, Craig Gibbs, a software programmer. I'm Rod Stein, a logistics supervisor, John Lott, a data engineer. All of them, individual coaching, group coaching, all were successful because they worked with me. My process works. You do the work and you get back to working. My name's Mark Lauterbach, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you very much.